shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like life, I'll rise.
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless.
All right, folks, put your hands together for the host of Black NewsBeat, Dr. Kimeka Campbell.
Uh-oh. What happened? Am I there? I don't think they see me on the other things. Spooky. I don't know what's happening, but I don't. It is a Halloween special. Okay, when the camera comes on, you will see that I'm doing my best Morticia Addams that you have ever seen in your life.
She's building up to a big reveal.
I am building up to a big reveal. Just by a round of applause, how well do you guys like my Morticia Addams? I guess it's not that great. How well do you like my Morticia Addams? Welcome to the Black NewsBeat. I am your host, Dr. Kimeka Campbell. How you doing? It is so wonderful to have folks. Yeah, listen, somebody heard the instructions, then they are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my little Morticia Addams light. Hold on. There's lighting effects. There we go. Oh, yeah. Doesn't that look nice? I think that looks really good. Okay, so welcome to Black NewsBeat. I am your host, Dr. Kimeka Campbell, and we are here tonight. We are here for our sessions with the candidates. We have two excellent candidates here tonight with us for the role of Prothonotary. It's silent in here because people don't know what that word means because it's a word from the 1800s. I know the kids talk about people from the 1900s, but this word is all the way from the 1800s. Okay, so if you want to know what a Prothonotary does, stick around for a few minutes. We're going to tell you. Okay, but first, we are here at the Black NewsBeat, where we do our news in our voice, our way, and we are celebrating International Stuttering Awareness Day today. Did y'all know that? Yes. What somebody said, what? Very funny. And I have a story because my brother I have twin brothers. I am not a twin. I have twin brothers. They actually will be here this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to annoy me in person. I'm so excited about it. Along with my older sister and my older brother, we are getting together for a siblings weekend. However, one of the twins stuttered. And they're identical twins. So what happened was one would have to go to speech class. And the other brother, when the stuttering brother got sick of going to speech class, the non-stuttering brother would go to speech class for him and would pass the class, and he got out of class by doing that. He didn't stop stuttering for many years after that. But at least he had a cover for when he was sick of going to speech class to cure that stutter. So happy International Stuttering Day to my brothers, Eric and Thomas. Yeah. Tonight we're covering a lot of interesting topics. A Black officer said he was denied a free Chick-fil-A meal while in Augusta for a job. We have receipts on that. Pastor Marvin Sapp calls out a woman in the church for only giving $1,200 instead of $2,000. We're going to talk about that. Okay, and in Media and Melanin, we're looking at a gritty new crime drama. Who likes crime dramas? Yes, out of Jamaica, that puts a Black woman front and center. Plus, we are sitting down with candidates for Dauphin County Prothonotary. Dun, dun, dun. Because real access to justice starts with the people handling your records, okay? So let's get into it. Let's sweep these streets. Let's see what's going on. First up on the docket, the federal government enters a new wave. We are still shut down, y'all. We are still shut down. So the federal government has been shut down since October the 1st after both the GOP-backed continuing resolution and the Democratic alternative failed the United States Senate. Oh, boo. That's boo. Get to work. Everybody gets to work. On day 20, I think we're on 21 or 22 of the shutdown, the Senate failed yet again to pass a funding bill. Federal agencies are preparing for large-scale layoffs. The administration is freezing major transportation and green energy funding in states seen as Democratic-leaning strongholds. This impasse raises questions about what services are essential and what aren't, and how long citizens will be able to handle this, right? And what this means for local and federal employees in Pennsylvania. So sound off if you are a federal employee that resides in and around Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, because believe it or not, we do have federal employees that do reside around this area. We actually have all 5 levels of government here. We have our city government is here. We have our county government here. Our school board, that's another level of government here, state government here, and we have federal buildings right here in Harrisburg. So all 5 levels of government that touch, that's the fun of being in the capital city. You are affected very closely by every single level of government imaginable. And so it's a real and present thing for residents of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So sound off for us in the comments and in the room. What do y'all think is gonna happen with this federal shutdown? Do you think we're going to break the record for the longest federal shutdown in history? Do y'all think that's going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen too. So we're hoping not, but I think we're going that way. So let's, I'm seeing things like we've got our federal workers literally in line at the food banks and all these different things, because before the shutdown, we were already entering an economic downturn in our country. So now that we are in the shutdown, it's exacerbating conditions for folks. And you know what? We need our federal officials to get to work. That's what we need. Yep. So, okay, well, I mean, I guess that was fine. We need our federal officials to get to work. So if you haven't already, let's keep lobbying our folks, lobbying our federal, both the House and the Senate. The House hasn't been to work in over a month. They said, we just not gonna go. I mean, except to swear in a couple people here and there, but not Adelisa from Arizona, but everyone else apparently. But let's ask our folks to get back to work, who apparently still for the time being, our tax dollars do pay their salaries, okay? Up next on the docket, let's talk about the Clover PD officer who claims racial discrimination at an Augusta, Georgia Chick-fil-A. Now, y'all been telling me for years, the service at Chick-fil-A is delightful. Y'all been telling me how great it is. So while visiting Augusta, Georgia on duty, 4 officers from the Clover PD, South Carolina department walked into a Chick-fil-A, and 3 of the officers were reportedly given free meals. According to that some stores, not all, extend to law enforcement. Very nice. Who does not like a good Chick-fil-A nugget for free and a waffle fry? And an Arnold Palmer, might I add. The Arnold Palmers be really hitting on something. I really do like those. But when Officer Tracy Reed, who is Black, stepped to the counter in the same uniform, same line, he was charged full price. Let's roll the clip real fast and see what was happening.
Over police officer said that he had to pay for his meal, but that his 3 white colleagues did not.
I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed, at the whole situation, because it seemed like it was a racial issue to me.
Clover Police Sergeant Tracy Reed had that experience at a Chick-fil-A restaurant in Augusta, Georgia.
We all came into the restaurant together, we rode together, came in the restaurant together, all had the same uniform on, stood in line together. There was never a time that we were not together while standing in line.
They say all 3 white officers were offered a complimentary meal, which they say is often offered to law enforcement at the popular restaurant chain. But when Sergeant Reed got to the register, he had to pay.
He said he had to pay for his meal, and it infuriated me. And I told him, I said, "Do you want me to go say something?" And he was like, "No, I don't want you to cause a scene."
Eventually, Reed wrote this letter to Chick-fil-A corporate demanding the chain retrain employees at the Augusta location. But Reed and the other officers were not satisfied with the response from the Augusta store manager.
They said that it was perceived that we were embarrassed or that it was a racial incident, which I didn't like, because I know it wasn't perceived. It was it actually happened.
He's not the only one to perceive it. We all perceived it that way, and it's not even perception, it's what happened. It was a racial issue.
Now, I will say this about the Clover PD. So if you didn't get to, so the studio might have been a little low in the studio, but you heard it online. But the recap is they were in the same line, same uniforms. Reed said the employee looked him up and down and told him that only certain officers get the discount. Well, that's crazy. So the store's operator has since apologized for the misunderstanding, offering 2 free meal vouchers, right? But Reed says the apology doesn't address what he calls clear discrimination, because when he wrote to them and told them about the incident, they had the nerve to say that it was perceived and that it didn't really happen to him. Now, this is the one time, this is where I wanted to say the Clover PD, the 3 other officers, his 3 colleagues that were with him, his peers, absolutely said that it was not perceived, that they all experienced the same thing. So shout out to those officers for having his back, but boo to the Augusta Chick-fil-A for doing that. Like, why? What's 8 more chicken nuggets? What's 1 more chicken sandwich? What's 1 more chicken sandwich? This is another. It's literally that there chicken restaurant. And listen, I wasn't going, okay, because 8, there's the oppression nuggets can't taste that good. Do you see what I'm saying? They just can't. So we're gonna skip that. So I, justice for Mr. Reed, Officer Reed, and listen, this is the one time where I've seen that the color of an officer's skin hasn't divided their police department, because usually it does. It's like, well, you're left to hang dry if you're a Black officer. I've seen it all over the country on multiple stories so many times, but this was the time it did not happen. So I thought that was very noteworthy. Next up on the docket, let's see, what am I? Oh yeah. Oh, but did I skip something? I did, but that's okay. So next up on the docket, we have Pastor. Now this one really got my dander up, so please bear with me. I see where I put it at the end. That's okay. So Pastor Marvin Sapp, he decided that he was going to be very discriminatory to one of his parishioners who had a $1,200 check in the $2,000 line. Let's take a look at the clip.
With the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Not only was it rude as fuck, but he did that in front of her son. Like, how are you teaching young men to behave to women in your church when you're acting like this? First of all, he would have got slapped upside his milk dud head right there in the mother.
So I was nonplussed. If you were in the studio, you did not hear the whole video. But however, what happened was there's a woman. She gets in a line to give an offering. The line was 1,000 plus 1,000 line. $1,000 already is a lot of money. So she got in this line and she said, I have 1,000 plus $238, whatever she said. And the pastor looked her in her very good face, along with her son next to her, and said, well, you did not obey the instructions. This is not the right line for you. And she said, well, I'm gonna work on the other 800. And he said, that's not what I asked you to do. This is why people be leaving churches. You see what I'm saying? Don't nobody got time for all that. Nobody has time for all that. In front of her son, $1,200 of bread. We could do it $1,200. We're going on vacation, okay? We're buying food for like 6 blocks. Like we're doing so many things with that. For him to scoff at her $1,200 was insane to me and very demeaning. And this is why people don't stay in churches. And I'm glad he's being put on blast. Good for him. They were in line. So we have a very nice man in the audience who doesn't know what it means in Black churches to have offering lines. Child, yeah. So what happens sometimes is once upon a time, they'll have these offering lines. And they'll be like, this is the $50 line. This is the $100 line. This is the $200 line. So she got in the wrong line. So she was supposed to get in the 1,000 plus line, not the 1,000 plus 1,000 line. and she got in the wrong line, and she was, in my opinion, very ridiculously chastised. She was not dutifully chastised. Why would you chastise somebody for giving you $12? I don't care if she's in the wrong line. You're like, that's okay, you're in the wrong line, but you know what? God bless you for giving. They're not good. They're not even good pastors anymore. What's happening? What's happening? I've left churches like this for less. I remember one of the churches I was in New York. The pastor flew in on a jet to do these lines, and this was years ago. This is like 15 years ago. So I can't believe people are still doing this because it's been controversial for years, like literal years. And he flew in to do this, and he was chastising people for not giving more. And somebody finally was like, "You flew in on a jet. You could afford this." And I thought that was so great. Like, it was fantastic. Because are we paying your jet for you? Why are you here chastising us for not giving you more money? And in this climate where people are literally living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth, why would you treat your parishioners this way? If you're somebody watching, does that make you want to give more money? Does that want to make you give any money? Not me either. Okay.
What do you get for 2,000?
What do you get for the What do you get for 2,000? Is it a golden chariot? Because I need to know.
You don't get yelled at.
That's what you don't get. All right. Indeed. So next up on our docket, and last but not least, we're going to move into media and melanin because it's one of my favorite sections. So HBO gets Millie Black is turning heads. This is the show on HBO. Now, y'all gonna make me renew my Max subscription. I had just lowered the number of streaming subscriptions I had, but okay, I'll figure it out. And flipping the crime genre on its head, the show follows Millie Jean Black, a sharp, uncompromising Jamaican-born detective who ditches Scotland Yard to return to Kingston and solve crimes on her own turf. Ooh. Created by Booker Prize-winning author Marlon James, this gritty, beautiful shot noir delivers complex storytelling through a lens rarely seen on screen, a Black woman navigating colonial legacies, corruption, and personal trauma, all in the blazing heat of the Caribbean. That sounds delightful. Like I want to go and see it in person. So the dialogue hits, people are loving it. The visuals stun, and the message is clear. Black women belong at the center of every kind of story, even the dark ones and the crime drama. I love me a good crime drama. I'm a big fan. And so it isn't just a good show, it's a necessary shift. It challenges who gets to lead, right? And it challenges who gets to solve the mysteries and whose stories deserve global attention. And so I'm going to check it out. I've read 3 or 4 articles on it. It seems very intriguing. So I'm super excited to see where it goes. So sound off. How often do y'all see Caribbean storytelling on major networks? HBO? Have y'all seen that before? I certainly haven't. The last thing that we watched, Basir, was what? Champion Sound? I think that was the last one, which was the another Jamaican Empire, if you remember Empire, where it was like a record label, etc., doing this work. So I think it should be interesting. And also let me know in the comments, what Black-led shows do you think are breaking ground right now? And we're going to take it local for a moment. The Harrisburg Bureau of Police confirmed that 2 separate shooting incidents on Monday were related. Now that's new. That's why I brought it up, because that's new. So there was 2 separate shooting incidents on Monday evening, one at North 18th and Park Streets, and another one that were connected to one suspect, a 32-year-old named Javar Jeter. He turned himself in on Tuesday, yesterday. So what was interesting about this is what WGAO reported. Usually we see these as one-off incidents, but this is one of the first times we saw a connected shooting, which I thought was one at North 18th and Park Streets. Yep. So gun violence like this always has ripple effects in our community. But for the first time, we've seen some kind of network to that. And I'm hoping that this will shed light on how gun violence is playing out in the city. Instead of treating it, we've actually talked about this in many circles in our community. Instead of treating gun violence as a one-off proposition, how is it connected and how can it be disrupted? I'm hoping this kind of incident sheds some light on that. And for viewers in Harrisburg, What do you want to see from city leadership in response to incidents like this one? Especially since we have a new angle to this, that these two shootings that occurred on Monday were connected. Very interesting. And another interesting thing that's happening right now is there was a $8 million investment in affordable housing in Harrisburg. Yes. Yes. Shout out to, you know, all the folks involved. And this has been a long time coming. Folks have been talking about taking the ARPA money. If you do remember what the American Recovery Plan Act monies are, that money was coming down from the pandemic to help us recover. And I personally think this is a very good use of the monies in the city of Harrisburg for the people who have been disaffected and displaced by rising rents, unaffordable home buying costs, not just rents, but if you want to buy a home, it's also unattainable. And so I'm happy to see something like this happening in Harrisburg. Stay tuned for more details on where that will be and how that will play out. Woo! We got through the first segment. And I always like to top this portion of the hour off with there's nothing to do in Harrisburg, also known as upcoming events. So the first thing we want to tell you about is our Halloween happy hour with young professionals of color. And I'd like to tell you a little story. So once upon a time, there was a guy named Gibby, and he decided he was going to tell Kimeka that she should have a show. And so now that's why you have the Black NewsBeat. If you think I'm talking too much, it's Gibby's fault. Yay! And yep. And we have been here at Open Stage for 5 seasons, but we are also branching out to Midtown Cinema. Yes, as a stable location. So we'll be there actually next week for our second sessions with the candidates, where we'll be having some of our Common Pleas candidates and our Click of Course candidates as well. So please, if you are there to join for that, it's a nice, cozy atmosphere. We're definitely on a couch. It's a whole vibe. We have a good time there.
Plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking, honey. Yes, yes. So for upcoming events, we have our Halloween happy hour this last Thursday. This is our last happy hour for YPOC for the year for 2025. That just means that you are getting ready for our Friendsgiving in November. We are going to be at the Brushy Market, super cool, and our YPOC holiday party, which is going to be at Men in the Kitchen. So we're really excited about that. So stay tuned. This month, our happy hour is at El Rancho, and it's on Lingletown Road. So I'm super happy about that. I will be dressed up even more as Marcia Adams on next Thursday. Okay, so you should come out for that. And then you should also come and join us. Listen, let me tell you something that's been popping in the city that's a very nice, well-kept, open secret, and that is Topic Tuesdays. Yeah. We meet every Tuesday at La Cultura /Culture and Commerce Co-working on North 4th Street, and it's just been growing and having a good time. Who here has been to Topic Tuesdays? Yeah. And it is interesting because it's an open forum for local issues, regional and national issues, and anything else we want to talk about. And I think this is a really important space because people get to really talk their heart and really work out some of the differences also that we have in opinions on different things. So come to Topic Tuesdays. It's one of those places where you'll learn a lot, but you'll also get to speak your mind. So I'm very excited about that. And then I'm really excited because shout out to some folks who are throwing this amazing event, the HBCU Brunch, a post-homecoming joint. Ooh. This is going to be November 9th, Sunday, at Men in the Kitchen. Shout out to Lena Nelson, who's throwing this event. I'm going. They have a special for $25 before a certain time and $200 for 4 friends, unlimited mimosas. Whoa. Y'all better go because I'm going. I'm very excited about it. And that rounds us out for the first half of the show. So please stay right there. We'll be back with our candidates for Prothonotary. Prothonotary. Let's spell it. Prothhono. There's a lot of O's. Tary. Prothonotary. We're going to talk about what that means, who that is, and we'll be right back.
Tonight on the Black News Beat, I'll be sitting down with our candidates for Dauphin County Prothonotary, Matt Krupp and Antonio Carreno. Please join me tonight at 7 p.m. We will be speaking to the candidates for our very first Sessions with the Candidates on the Black News Beat.
Oh, you can't hear me, huh? How about now? Oh, this your moment, hey, not right now. If you a hating nigga, please pipe down. Cause I don't know if it's we the beat, this bitch too loud. I was down, bad, I ain't had no cash. Now these hoes mad, cause the camera lights flash. I was down, bad, I ain't had no cash. Now these hoes mad, cause the camera lights flash. Bitch, I'm a boss, I only focus on comments and stress when I'm taking a loss. Round of applause, I see these hoes double back as soon as they see.
Are you looking to broaden your skills in digital media creation? Are you looking to be a part of a great team? Well, we need you. The Black News Beat will be trying to fill various positions to help make our show a great success. We'll be looking for tech assistants to help on set. We'll be looking for writers to help write the show every single episode. Also need digital media assistants. Absolutely need some live audience coordinator. We'd love to open up these opportunities to high school and college students. We'd love for you to intern with us and learn more about the business and get your feet wet with a great company at Open Stage. So if you're interested, please let us know. We'll be taking applications via email. You can email us at Kimeka@kimeka.org. That's KIMEKA @KIMEKA.org. Hope to see you. Yeah.
We are back. Okay, push in a little bit, Gib, and then turn the volume. Oh, there we go. That looks nice.
Hold on.
We are back. Welcome back to the Black News Beat, and I am here with this guy is actually a friend of mine. This is Mr. Matt Krupp. So before we talk to Matt, because we are here for the candidates for the Prothonotary, we want to talk about what in the world a Prothonotary is. So I'm going to read a little something. You can tell me if you agree. The Dauphin County Prothonotary is the chief clerk of the civil court, the person responsible for keeping records straight. Is that right so far? That's right. And justice moving in cases like custody, divorce, lawsuits, and protection from abuse. They also handle passport applications and something many folks don't know, they preside over naturalization ceremonies where new U.S. citizens are officially welcomed. So when we talk about access to justice and public service, this office is where it starts. And that's why we're bringing both candidates to the table tonight. All right? Yeah. So I get to put this aside now. I have to read because I'll be forgetting how things go. But welcome, Mr. Krupp. How are you?
I'm good, and it's great to be here, Doctor.
I'm so glad to have you. I've been actually trying to get you on the show for 5 seasons. 5 seasons. 5 seasons. But it's good to have you here now. So first, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Good.
working hard, just staying busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now talk loud so everybody in this theater can hear you because we can't hear you.
I'm doing well.
There we go.
Nice
He's got it in him. He's got it in him.
All right.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So they can hear you in the back. Yes. So we are here tonight because you are running for Prothonotary, but you are also the current elected Prothonotary. So tell me about that.
Sure. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the citizens of Dauphin County as the elected Prothonotary over the last 8 years. We've, by way of brief background, I'm an attorney by trade. I went to Shippensburg University and the Widener University School of Law. I served on the Harrisburg City School Board for a number of years before I stepped into the race for Dauphin County Prothonotary. I'm the only representative from the city of Harrisburg in the courthouse and in any of the elected positions in the Dauphin County Courthouse.
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
And the county administration.
You're
building.
the only person that is from Harrisburg
Yes.
in county administration.
In county administration, elected.
Elected, yes,
Yes.
exactly. In an elected position. That's interesting. I
Yes.
did not know that.
So, I got elected back in 2017, seeking my third term. We've, I think, made tremendous strides in the work that we've accomplished in that office. We've brought, I don't know if you've got any questions lined up for me, but we have transitioned fully to electronic filing to try to, make our delivery of services a lot easier for the residents of the city of Harrisburg and all of Dauphin County and the surrounding counties. And we've also used that to capture additional revenues. As your viewers probably know, like Dauphin County is facing another large tax increase.
Actually, people don't know.
People don't know?
No.
Do you want to tell them?
So Dauphin County is actually facing a large tax increase. There have been rumors, but if you're listening to the county meetings every week, you are hearing about how we will be facing a budget deficit if we don't do something. So this goes into this conversation about how county officials are finding ways to meet that. So you can tell us more about those efforts.
Yeah, sure. So last year, I think our real estate taxes for county real estate was increased 22%,
Yes.
which is significant for anybody that's trying to live here. We're trying to attract more people to move to central Pennsylvania.
And for the fact that we haven't had an increase like that in a long time.
We haven't had an increase like that in a long time. And, there was just a news article in Penn Live, which I think said that we're potentially looking at an additional 23%. So the reason this is important to me, I'm also a Dauphin County taxpayer. And, the people who utilize the office, there's a significant amount of, attorneys and legal professionals, and they are customers. It's not every single person in Dauphin County that uses the Dauphin County Prothonotary's office. Mm-hmm. So any work that I can do to kind of shift some of the burden of our costs onto the super users of our office takes a little bit more of that off of the backs of the Dauphin County taxpayers. So, for one, we're now charging a convenience fee that we're capturing. If you want to file it electronically, you no longer have to pay postage. You don't have to come downtown and feed a parking meter. And in exchange for that, you pay a small convenience fee.
Now, where are your offices?
Offices are located at 101 Market Street on the first floor, Suite 101, Harrisburg, PA 17101.
So you don't have to pay that convenience fee anymore.
No, you.
Talking too low.
I'm
sorry.
Both y'all talking too.
We're sorry.
Y'all having a private conversation.
So for electronic filing, right?
Yeah.
For the convenience of filing from your own home, we're charging a convenience fee.
Got it.
And that goes to the super users who probably pass it on to their clients, who do this a lot, right? And that's money that the Dauphin County taxpayers no longer have to chip in to cover the costs of running the office.
Yes. And so what does it mean to you to be a Prothonotary? And you've been there for almost 8 years. And what does that mean to you?
It's important. I think, when you live in Harrisburg, you're surrounded by all of these political offices like the legislature, the state government.
Yes.
And, in Pennsylvania, we still elected. It's a ministerial role, but it still plays a very important function in government services.
Because it's not an elected position across the country.
It's not.
Yeah.
I think there's only one other state that even calls it the Prothonotary.
Yeah.
But still, it's performs a very important function. You're literally the first contact that many people have with the court system, right? So it's important, that you have customer service skills. It's important that you have friendly people at the counter that can assist those customers. Not everybody can afford an attorney, and not everybody qualifies for, reduced legal services.
Right.
So any effort that we can do to help, people with their legal filings and navigating that system, we do everything that we can.
Yes. And so you are, what's the question? Oh, so you are also kind of saying that this is my question. Sorry, I've got a lot of thoughts. So the first thought is you are talking about the Court of Common Pleas, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so tell me about what the differences is there between so a lot of people's first foray into the justice system is the Court of Common Pleas, but there are other levels of courts that people may interact with first.
There are. If you get a traffic ticket, you're probably going before a magisterial district justice. In Pennsylvania, in the state court system, we have a couple different levels. You touched on how Harrisburg has every level of government here, from federal on down.
Yes.
So it's a similar setup. You have your, court of, first impression for the most part, which is your magisterial district justice. And sometimes that's just the end of it.
MDJ for people who are keeping score in the online and in the audience.
MDJ, it's the equivalent of like small claims court, traffic tickets, non-traffic citations, like you didn't cut your grass fast enough,
right?
And small claims under a certain amount. Anything beyond that goes to your Court of Common Pleas.
Yes.
And that's the level that we're working for in Dauphin County for our judges here.
And so the Prothonotary mainly deals with all civil filing at the level of the Court of Common Pleas.
Court of Common Pleas.
Got it. Okay.
And then beyond that, our cases can be appealed to the Superior Court. I think in some rare instances, they could be appealed directly to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court or some other levels.
Got it. Okay. So let's get into not too many, but a little bit of social issues. What is your read on the current political climate here in Dauphin County and beyond?
So Dauphin County, it's like Pennsylvania. It's kind of like a microcosm. It's a beautiful purple county, right? I don't know exactly what the numbers look like, but we have part of our population that lives over the mountain. And then we have the center of gravity here in the city of Harrisburg. And, they have vastly different opinions. And, unfortunately, like if you just follow the news, if you just watch the news, it almost feels like everything is so polarized right now. And when I think about when I first came here for law school, we had Congressman Todd Platts, who was considered a Republican in name only. And we had a representative in the state legislature who was Tim Holden, who was a Blue Dog Democrat, which is like a conservative. Yeah, it's a Reagan Democrat. And so, me personally, I wish we could kind of get back to maybe this like moderate system, with our elected representatives and state senators and at all levels of government. I hate seeing things being so divisive. For this office, it's kind of unusual. Like you mentioned, we don't elect. Most other states don't elect people to this position. The good news is, Facebook is and so why is Facebook and social media more important now than, let's say, the use of four-sided running? I'm saying it's kind of cheap, but like ring cameras that bring the responses that I get when I'm not on board. You see the guy come up with a clipboard and everything on his phone. Yeah. They say, all right, just leave it at the door. Or can I help you? So unfortunately, you kind of get away from that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. There's lots of going on that one day. So, yeah. So it's more now. If folks are to vote for you, why should they vote for you? And what should they know about you?
Sure. Like I said before, I'm an attorney by trade. I've been in this position for the last 8 years. It's been
You're still, but you're not mic'd. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second. And there we go.
You're back. You're back. It's because y'all talking too quiet.
Oh.
Talk
loud. All right, Matt, let's start over. Let's start at the question. If people are to vote for you,
Can I talk directly into
they
this?
know? Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm not sure where I left off before. Dauphin County Prothonotary, it's a public-facing court-related position. I think that my background and experience as an attorney who served in state government and on the Harrisburg City School Board, as well as my engagement here in the Harrisburg City community. Some of you might remember me from 2012. I had a fundraiser called Lighten Up Harrisburg, where we raised $80,000 and put color-changing LED lights on the Walnut Street Bridge, which is kind of just...
And they're still there.
And they're still there. We did so much work there. I've been here. Another reason to vote for me, if you're not familiar with me or the office, I would consider that a good thing. It's not a very exciting office, but you haven't seen me in the newspaper doing anything stupid. But I was saying earlier, we've done a good job. We have adopted technology which improves the delivery of services. It's very convenient, I think, for the end users now. It's also allowing us to capture those additional fees to take some of the burden off of the Dauphin County taxpayers. And I'm seeking a third term. When I came into office, I inherited tremendous staff. Some of these people that I work with have been there 30 years. I am not naive enough to pretend that I will ever have more institutional knowledge than some of the folks that I work with. And, we've hired, since I took office, about a third of new employees, after people retired or through attrition of other means. It's a Teamsters office. Everybody's 100% Teamsters. We promote based on seniority. But we have a number of employees who are getting close to retirement age. So I want to make sure that whoever it is that takes over after I'm done in this office has another team in place that can do exactly what the people that work with me now did for me when I came in.
That is amazing work. Thank you for being here tonight. This
Thanks.
is delightful. We want to thank Matt for being here. Matt is the Republican candidate for the Prothonotary's office. And so please, understand we try to be fair across the board and invite candidates here from all parts of the political spectrum. So we really do thank you for being here tonight. We're very appreciative.
Thanks for having me. It's always good to see you, Doctor.
Oh,
and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, I get a hug and everything. This is great.
All right.
Appreciate you. Thank you. And we shall be right. Sit down right here, Matt. Matt, come back and sit.
Sorry.
We will be right back. Give us 1 minute after this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
La Tiendita is Harrisburg's premier store for everything Ecuador. In this store, you will find a variety of cultural and traditional products and ingredients like chocolate that you can't find anywhere else in Harrisburg. La Tiendita also ships packages directly to Ecuador. If you have any family or friend, you can also do a direct money wire transfer to their bank account in Ecuador. La Tiendita is open every morning at 8:30 a.m. and you can find them at 3126 Sycamore Street, right here in Harrisburg.
Calling all members of the greater Harrisburg community. We need you. We would love for you to join the YPOC and become a part of our leadership team. Would you like to join our board and get great perks and access in the community? Think about it and let us know. We'd love for you to contact us as soon as possible if you are ready. You can email us at info@ypoc-hbg.org.
You guys are ready.
Thank you guys for sticking with us. We are back here at the Black NewsBeat, and we're here with Antonio Carreno, the other candidate for Prothonotary on the Democratic side. So we heard what a Prothonotary is already. I don't have to remind you, do I? No. Okay, good. But we are here with Antonio. Hello, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Kimeka. I'm very happy you have invited me here, and we're ready to do this.
Absolutely. So, are you a first-time candidate?
For this office, yes.
Yes. Have you run for anything before?
Well, I've just been involved helping,
Yes.
mostly helping the Democrats.
Wonderful. Okay.
To fight the fight.
Yes.
And move forward. We have some great years through Obama. We got some great years through Clinton. We got some great years through pretty much all Democrats since 35 years to today.
Absolutely.
Most of the economy punishment and suffering has been done by the Republicans. Unfortunately, we don't want the country to be in a very difficult situation. And I think that today the peril is imminent and as high as I never seen it before. It's just beyond imagination. But American people are very smart.
Yes.
And they're working. They're working to take their country back. Absolutely. I mean, the knocking day was incredible, and I think that they will keep pushing.
No kings.
Knocking day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So yes, I'm definitely going to want to hear more about your perspective on the climate of things. But tell me. Why? So you're running, it's your first time running for this position.
Correct, yes.
Right? Tell me, why are you running for Prothonotary?
Well, I just got a call and I answered it. And I think that every American should do that as well. And I think I'm the best candidate because I'm coming to this office to fix it up and to offer service to everyone. That's what I'm here for. It is a call. So I'm counting on everyone's support. So we're going to take this office and we're going to fix it. And it's going to be there for everyone, regardless of their income, their ethnicity, any circumstances.
Absolutely. So what do you hope specifically to bring to the office?
Well, I have been communicating with a few prothonataries in the community. For example, Jonathan in Berks County and Mrs. Barbara Smith in Lebanon County. Jonathan has been doing incredible work, and I'm recommending everyone to go out there, Jonathan Licalo, to go and see his videos. Been doing improving the Prothonotary office. The same thing as Mrs. Barbara Smith in Lebanon County. She's incredible. I've been in touch and I've been looking into what they are doing versus what this office is doing. And I think that this office needs some improvements. For example, when you look at the website, half of the forms are in Word format. I think that that should be corrected in PDF. Everything goes into PDF so that, and a PDF that works, so that when anyone wants to file online, like Matt was saying, it has his program to file online, but I think it's missing a couple of things. You go directly and you file. Having half percentage, 50% of the website pages in a Word document, I don't think it will help anybody. So I'm going to change that and improve it.
Excellent. And what else? Anything else that you're thinking about for the Prothonotary's office? Any other aspects of the role that you think can be altered?
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of things that you can do with the office because it's a civil matters, and everybody sooner or later is involved in civil matters, and they need help. They need a lot of help. And there are circumstances when you also have to call for the best judgment possible. We know that there's people who don't have access to the internet, so those people need to be served. I'm planning to make outreach, reach those people and try to bring them the knowledge so that they know this office is there for them and the services that can be provided to them.
Excellent. And tell us more about your background as a newer candidate on the scene. Why do you think you are the right person for the role? What about your background helps us understand that?
Well, I can tell you a story since 1978. When I was sitting behind Dr. Joaquin Balaguer, one of our most prominent presidents, historically speaking. So I've been involved with politics for a long time. But I can also tell you that in 1983, this has been a lot of years, I joined the Dominican Development Foundation, and I was working with the most needed community in the Dominican Republic, pretty much all over the island. So I understand what it is to serve people from the roots and from the principle. No with bias or favor. I'm here to serve the people of Dauphin County, 100%, and to make sure that this office works for everybody as well. Well, one of the things that, I'm a kind of nonprofit guy helping the community, and I don't like politics, but sometimes certain things you have to say it or mention it. If there's a failure on this decision or that decision, but this is important for the people of Harrisburg and the local counties and the people of Pennsylvania to know, because it could happen to you tomorrow, it could happen to anyone. And just recently, I was speaking to this gentleman, and he told me that he and his wife were having some problems. And this is one of the most full-front issues in the Prothonotary office. So he already, not necessarily a kid, a gentleman, right, was living with his mother, but he was using her medication, drugs, and the father was trying to retain the right to protect the young gentleman. And the office was not able to do that. And as a result, the young gentleman died by using the other drugs. This is something that you will not see under my watch. I'm not blaming Matt or blaming anybody. Sometimes there's a failure in the system. I'm not blaming the Prothonotary office. I'm just saying we have to be diligent when we're going to make a decision that is going to be for the benefits of the child. And under my watch, that will take priority. One of the things that Mr. Jonathan Dercalo says, he gets tons of these, problems. Most of it, this is mostly what you see, dispute, children, custody, they got to hook here, they got to go there. And you have to be diligent making the right decision.
Thank you for that. So talk to the people. The election is in less than 2 weeks. Why should people vote for you, and what can they expect?
Well, I'm telling you, another thing that really kind of, you see that today you have to be so diligent and so careful. When I was getting my signatures back in April, I stopped over Panda, and I guess outside of the building, I guess I approached the wrong person, because I just simply asked for the signature. I was in a public space, and before I know, I got 3 guards after me. And this is the climate in which we are living today. What I'm saying to the people of Pennsylvania, get up and take your country back. Take your country back from the evil that is happening, and vote Democrat. Vote Democrat. Maybe in the future, you will have a better Republican Party, because the problem is not only from the head, it's in all of the offices and all I would say everywhere. I don't know. It's pretty much now like disease, and we need to cure the nation. We need to cure the country. We need to go back to the years of Obama, where he tried so hard to make sure that we all get along. But since 2016, I don't know if you guys recall when Mr. Trump was saying, rope him off, and the guy was coming up the ladder, and some guy right away started punching him. The division in the nation has continued. It is in all of the levels of Republican office. There's some great Republicans. Liz Cheney, for example. I mean, there's a lot of them that, are trying to bring this party into another. But at this point, I'm recommending all American people that love their country. If you love your country, vote Democrat. Maybe in the future, who knows? But as it is right now, you got to get your country back. That's my opinion.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much. And if folks want to contact you or help you, how can they reach you?
Well, they can always reach to our chairman, Roger Harris, the Democrat Party on Johnsontown Road. And, through her, you can, contact me. But then again, I'm available everywhere. I'm available everywhere. My email are public. I got several websites. There's a lot of social media. My phone number is public. So,
okay. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
So much to say, so much to do.
Absolutely. There's a lot to do.
Much to do.
So we have 13 days till the election, less than 2 Tuesdays. If you stick around for a few moments, we'll be back for last lap. because we are almost to the end of the show. Can you believe it? So stick around. We'll be right back for last lap. Thank you, Antonio.
Call 911. I'm just gonna apply some pressure, okay?
When minutes matter, you have the power to save a life. Learn more at minutesmatter.upmc.org.
I want you guys to remember how wonderful it feels to celebrate Juneteenth in Harrisburg. We always want to have this, and it's possible because of all of you. Yes, yes, yes. It's possible because of all of you. So thank you. Enjoy the night. Join my POC. All y'all enjoy my POC. Join us. We're going to do more amazing things like this for Harrisburg, for the region, and for the whole state. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It has been a good show. Did y'all think it was a good show? Yeah. Y'all in the front, was it a good show? Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll get the two in the front. Two in the front. Was it a good show? Oh, okay.
Was the show good?
Was it a good show? Yes. Now we're back. We're back. Now we are heading into last lap. And, you know, I'm honored to have both of the candidates on tonight from both sides of the aisle. You know, we're going through a very unprecedented time in our country, and there's a lot going on. But you have to remember something. All voting is local. So you have to vote in your local elections in these off years, because that's what makes a difference for us. And it is also how you show up your democracy. Corrupting every level of government is hard. If you hold the line, you got to hold the line. If you are not voting, if you're ceding your power just because, that's not good. Because voting is the power that we have. Free and fair elections is power. A lot of folks don't think that's true. But you have to protest, like we saw with No Kings and the other No Kings demonstrations that we've seen. You have to rally, you have to protest, but you have to have demands. And our demands that we put on our government are through voting, right? I'll say it again, because some of y'all didn't hear me. The demands that we put on our government are through voting. Yes, right? You must do all parts of this, all parts of what we're doing, rallying, protesting. I, take a different position on some things, because I think a couple weekends from election, y'all should be knocking doors and making phone calls, which I will talk about. But, all parts of the system, even me speaking out against other parts of the system, it's all necessary for us to create change. So we have less than 2 weeks till the election. The next thing that we're going to do here on Black News Beat is a second session with the candidates. We'll be seeing some of our candidates for clerk of courts and our candidates for the common pleas judge. So the common pleas judge, listen, if you're not paying attention to the judge situation in Pennsylvania, we have 5 judges up for retention elections this year. 5. We have 3 Supreme Court judges. We have 1 appellate court judge, and we have 1 Superior Court judge. And at the county level, we have 2 Court of Common Pleas judges up for election right now, right? We get to pick 2 out of 4 that are on the ballot. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm going to tell you to do your research, but I'm going to also tell you to vote your values. Don't vote your party, vote your values. You know why? Because there are certain values of people who say they're in your party that are not for you. And there are certain people who are not in your party who are of your values. So look at those candidates. You have the chance outside of a primary to vote your values, right? In Pennsylvania, we still have, for all intents and purposes, closed primaries. But in this municipal election, this November 4th, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., you get to vote your values. Who are the people that are going to protect your districts? Who are the people going to protect clean air and water in Pennsylvania? Who are the people that are going to protect you as a Pennsylvanian? In Pennsylvania, we think about our Constitution like this. Our United States Constitution is the floor, and our Pennsylvania Constitution builds up to the ceiling. We are one of the only states in the nation, probably out of a lot of states, 50, that have clean air and water guaranteed in our Constitution. Did y'all know that? Our districts were decided by our Supreme Court, and that is why we have fair districts, and we have created opportunity districts for people to be served properly in the Commonwealth. So those are 2 big issues as to why I'll be voting this November, and I want you to do your homework and figure out who you're voting for and why. Don't believe any mailers. Don't just believe mailers on the face. Do the work of understanding why you're voting who you're voting for. All right, so that's important. And it's carry the one. It is about 5 days before or after Halloween. Woo! The spookiest thing you can do after Halloween is not vote. Okay? So you got to get out and vote and make sure you're going to hear on this show all the time. Every season we do sessions with candidates. Every season we do these things. We've done it every year because it's that important. It's that important for us to do it every single year. So that's it for the show tonight. I want you to big up for yourselves. I want you to clap for yourselves. You're the reason why I do this show, why Basir and Gib and Jan keep coming back, and why we keep coming to these places, because having this community outlet is so important. So the conversation doesn't stop here, though. We want you to take stock of what happened tonight. Justice starts is what I said in the beginning of the show, but who holds your records? So we had the candidates here who could potentially be doing that. We want you to stay bold. We should speak truth to power. We should stay informed and stay connected. What we need in these very unprecedented times in our country is community. So you want to make sure that you are investing in the people around you and making sure that you're not just holding folks accountable, holding folks close and holding them up in a very unprecedented time. So I'm Dr. Kimeka Campbell, and this is the Black News Beat. And at the Black News Beat, Black joy is paramount, and we love all of our viewers, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Oh, a week. We'll see you next week at Midtown Cinema. Good night.